سرطني أوبيس نام وهنم بابيروفيا ودهمرنم أكون وأهورم أزدمي أوبستام أبر وشنا أورمزده كار هي من أوام كارم تياماجا.
The year is 539 BC. Several clashes between the armies of the Achaemenid and Babylonian empires in Elam have resulted in the great and important city of Susa being annexed to the expanding Achaemenid Empire under Cyrus the Great. The Persian army, while being commanded by Cyrus the Great himself, rushed towards Mesopotamia. In response, Nabonidus entered the ancient city of Opis with his army, and, upon hearing of Cyrus's advances towards the Tigris River, ordered his troops to prepare in battle formation. The battle day finally arrived, and the two armies faced each other.
أهورا مزدهي أوبستا برمهي وشنا هورا مزدها حينم جنمي بسي فريتا پتجنتا بمبردنم هيمن نئي جوبتي فريتا اوتا اوام وردنم پتجنتا.
The Babylonians naturally knew of Cyrus's genius and effective battle strategies, since he had successfully crushed the armies of several superpowers of the age, including the armies of Astyages, Croesus, and the Iranic Scythians in an impressively short amount of time. The Persian archers, famously known for the heavy barrage of their arrows casting a shadow over the battlefield, were a major concern to the Babylonians. In an attempt to reduce the effectiveness of the enemy's archers, the Babylonian commander placed his archers in front of his army with gaps in between the soldiers. This would force Cyrus's archers to waste the majority of their arrows trying to hit targets that were far away from one another. Unfortunately for the Babylonians, Cyrus had thought of this in advance. He placed special infantry units with light shields and spears at the front of the army. This made it difficult for the Babylonians to target the Persian archers. In addition, the infantry units were able to repel the cavalry charges of the enemy.
Barata!
After seeing that many of Babylonian archers were killed or injured, the Babylonian commander ordered the front line of his troops to charge the Persians. This was an attempt to tire the light armored infantry units in the Iranian front line. After some time, the Babylonians ordered the second wave of their infantry units, which were equipped with swords, to charge the enemy. A heavy battle was ongoing, swords and spears clashing and breaking, and a constant barrage of arrows covering the sky. It was in this moment that Cyrus the Great's genius changed the course of the battle. Cyrus had positioned 2 infantry units with spears at 2 sides of the battlefield, so they could provide cover for his strategic maneuver at the right time. He then commanded Panthea and Gobrias to start their charge from 2 sides of the battlefield. The nimble, axe-wielding Persian riders, joined by the Median cavalry, charged the 2 sides of the Babylonian army with an astonishing speed. At this point in the battle, the Babylonian archers who were out of arrows were using their swords and shields trying to repel the Iranian pressure. While the Iranians were exerting unbearable pressure on the 2 wings of the Babylonian army, the spearmen that were strategically placed at 2 sides of the battlefield started their maneuver. In the heat of the battle, the right-wing commander of the Babylonian army was killed by a Persian infantry soldier. After seeing this horrifying scene, the soldiers on the right wing of the Babylonian army fled the battlefield in fear. Seeing this, in order to cut his losses, the main Babylonian general ordered a full-scale retreat to the city. Cyrus imprisoned the trapped Babylonian soldiers. The Babylonians had suffered a major defeat at the Tigris River bank. This led to major revolts in the city of Opis, which were ruthlessly crushed by the Babylonians. After these events, Nabonidus fled to Babylon. The remaining Babylonian army at Opis joined the army within the city to block Cyrus's advance in order to give time to Nabonidus to gather and form a new army in Babylon.